Welcome to the course on emerging domain electronics engineering. This is lecture 15, and in this lecture we will see some practical applications of op-amp, or we will see the practical circuits which are basically made with the help of op-amp. So these are the practical circuits. We will start with the inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier, the unity gain, summing amplifier, difference amplifier, integrator, differentiator, and the last, which is a comparator, that we have already talked in our last slide, that comparators basically utilizes the open loop configuration of op-amp. So if we will talk about the practical circuits of op-amp, we have some linear applications of op-amp and some non-linear applications of op-amp. Means we can add the diode transistors also in the circuit, but we will stick to the resistors, capacitor and inductor here. So if we will talk about the inverting amplifier, so we have seen this particular configuration in our last lecture, that if the input V1 is applied to the negative terminal of the op-amp, means if V1 is applied to the inverting terminal of the op-amp, then correspondingly the amplifier is known as the inverting. And we have seen that we are utilizing a negative feedback. So this is the negative feedback. So feedback is we are taking some part of the output and we are feeding back to the input side. That is called as a negative feedback configuration. Now we have this resistance R1 and we have this feedback resistance here, which is RF. Now we want to calculate, as we have already seen, that the relationship is V0 equals to minus of Vi or minus of V1 RF by R1. If let us say this is V in input voltage, so we will have this kind of relationship. So how we can achieve this? So if we are utilizing, let us say, virtual short, virtual ground. So what this virtual ground says, that whatever is the potential at this particular node, let us say this is A, the same potential will be observed at node B. This is called as a virtual short or virtual ground, because with the assumption that no current will enter into the input terminals of the op-amp, means no current will flow from this terminal to ground terminal. So as a result, this, let us say if it is VA and if it is VB, then VA equals to VB, and if VA is grounded, then naturally VB is also grounded. So the current here will be I, and here I am writing VA equals to VB because of virtual ground. And if we are utilizing KCL at this particular point, so which is VB minus V in divided by, let us say, R1 equals to VB minus V out divided by RF. Now we are utilizing VA equal to VB equal to 0 because of virtual ground. So if we simplify this relationship, this equation, then we will have V in equals to minus RF by R1 multiply by, sorry, V out equals to minus RF by R1 multiply by V in. So here we can clearly see that there is a phase difference of 180 degree. Phase difference of 180 degree. Also we can say that previously the high gain was not beneficial for us, so that's why this negative feedback basically it reduces the gain. Now the gain will become, gain is minus RF by R1. So basically with the help of negative feedback we decreases the gain and automatically we increases the stability of the circuit. So this is the first practical circuit. Now the next practical circuit is a non-inverting configuration. So non-inverting configuration, we can say that whenever this input, let us say V in, is applied on the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, then the configuration is known as the non-inverting amplifier. Now again, if we are utilizing the concept of virtual ground, so what will happen? virtual short or virtual ground. So due to this voltage is V in, so naturally if this is VA, so VA equal to V in, we have seen, because no current is entering into the input terminal of the op-amp. So if we are utilizing KCL at this particular node A, so this is nothing but VA minus 0 divided by R1, means this one, and this will be equal to VA minus 0 by R1 plus, let's say, VA minus V naught divided by RF equals to 0. And if you are utilizing VA equal to V in, then naturally we will be having the same relationship. V naught equals to 1 plus RF by R1 multiplied by V in. So here we can say that the input and output is having a means the input and output are in the same phase, means there is zero phase change. Also the gain is 1 plus RF by R1. The gain is 1 plus RF by R1. So this configuration is known as the non-inverting amplifier configuration. Now we are going to utilize the same configuration for the unity gain amplifier. Now what is unity gain amplifier? The output is equal to the input. That means the gain is equal to 1. So how this gain V naught is equal to Vi? How can we achieve this? So the best possibility will be that RF is equal to 0 here and R1 is equal to infinite. So if we are utilizing this RF equal to 0 and R1 equals to infinite, then the circuit, then basically the output, the input voltage, which is, let's say, V in, it follows, or the output follows the input voltage, which is called as the voltage follower. So this is used in the impedance matching. The role of impedance matching is to deliver maximum power. So we are utilizing this concept, impedance matching, somewhere in the transmission lines also, that if you want to transfer the maximum power from the generator to the source end, we have to use this impedance matching concept. So what we have is that the input impedance is very, very high and the output is very, very low. So the output is equal to input, V naught is equal to V in. So naturally the gain AV will be equal to 1. Voltage gain is equal to 1, that's why it is known as the unity gain amplifier. Now after that, the summing amplifier. So what is a summing amplifier? If the summing amplifier is another type of operational amplifier circuit configuration that is used to combine the voltage present on 2 or more inputs into a single output voltage. Means if you want to club 2 or 3 input voltages, then we are utilizing this summing amplifier. So clear, as the name suggests, that it will provide the summation of the input voltages. So clearly we can see that we have V1, we have V2, we have V3. 3 voltages which are applied at the negative terminal of the op-amp, and we have this positive which is connected to ground. We have this RF, something like this. So R1, R2, R3. These are the resistances which are connected at the input. So how we can achieve the relationship for output voltage? Again we are utilizing the virtual ground concept, and with the help of this virtual ground, the potential at this particular node VA is equal to 0. And using KCL at this particular node A, what we can achieve? We can achieve this VA minus V1 by R1 plus VA minus V2 divided by R2 plus VA minus V3 by R3 is equal to VA minus V0 by RF. VA minus V0 by RF. So if you are utilizing this VA equal to 0 in this particular equation, then we can achieve this result, that V0 equals to minus RF, V1 by R1 plus V2 by R2 plus V3 by R3. Now if we will be having this relationship that R1, R2, R3 and RF are equal, let's say this is equal to R, then this relationship will be V0 equals to minus of V1 plus V2 plus V3. So we have the summation of input voltages. Now we have the difference amplifier. As the name suggests, the difference amplifier, the output will be something in terms of difference of the input voltages. So if we are applying some V1 and V2 as the voltages at inverting and non-inverting terminal, then we will have a relationship something like this. And this circuit is quite important, difference amplifier. So how we can calculate, how we can find out this result? So we are aware of the superposition, that if V1 and V2 two potentials are there, then due to 1 means if we are considering V1 and V2 is 0, then we can calculate V out. What is V out? That V out equals to, this circuit is what? When this is grounded, V2 is grounded, that means this VB is grounded, right? So when VB is grounded, then this circuit is something inverting. So the result is V0 equals to minus of R3 by R1 multiplied by V1. This is, let's say, the first equation, which is V01 due to first source. Due to the second source, while suppressing the first one, we can calculate the output. So again the output V out 2, that is equal to, so if this is grounded, V1 is grounded, and if we are considering this V2, then it will be something non-inverting kind of op-amp. So this non-inverting amplifier, we are aware of the result, 1 plus RF by R1, 1 plus RF by R1, so R3 by R1 multiplied by Vin. So what is Vin at this particular point? What is Vin? We have V2 multiplied by R4 divided by R2 plus R4 due to virtual ground, due to the this voltage divider, due to this voltage divider. Now what is the resultant? The output voltage is due to both V01 and V02. So if we are utilizing, let's say, if we are assuming, for the simplification, if we are assuming that if R1 equal to R2 and R3 equals to R4, R3 equals to R4, so what will happen? So we can see here that we have minus of R3 by R1 multiplied by V1, and what we can achieve from here, R3 equals to R4 and R1 equal to R2. So we'll be having, we can say that this term will get cancelled with this term, and R4 equal to R3 and R1 equal to R2. So naturally, instead of R4 and R1, we will be having R3 and R1. So the relationship V out equals to, if R3 by R1 is common, then V1 having V2 minus V1. So this is the relationship for the difference amplifier. Now if we are further considering that R3 and R1 are equal, then we will be having V out equals to V2 minus V1. V out equals to V2 minus V1. So we are achieving a output voltage which is in the form of difference of the input voltage. That's why this circuit is known as the difference amplifier circuit. So after this difference amplifier circuit, we have the integrator circuit. Now this integrator circuit, we can achieve this integrator with the help of capacitor and inductor both. So first of all, we'll see that with the help of capacitor how we can achieve this. So for this integrator, what we can say that the output is somewhat available in an integration form of the input signal. We can say that V output is something integration of the input signal. So that kind of circuit is the integrator here. So we have this capacitance C which is placed in the feedback configuration. The capacitor C is placed in a feedback configuration where R is placed somewhere at the input side. So due to this virtual ground, what we can say that this voltage VA is equal to 0, virtual short or virtual ground. After that, the current I in or input current is equal to V input minus 0 by R. This is, let's say, first equation. And after that, if we are applying KVL in this particular loop, then we'll be having V out equals to minus VC. V out equals to minus of VC plus VA, but VA is equal to 0 because of virtual ground. So VC, the voltage across the capacitor. So if IF is a current which is entering through the capacitor, so the relationship we can achieve VC equals to integration of what we can say IF 1 upon C 1 by C integration of IF dt, if IF is a current which is entering the op-amp. So if now one more thing, no current is entering into the op-amp, so whatever is the input current I in is equal to IF. So with the help of this, VC equals to 1 by RC integration of V in dt. So if we are utilizing this equation over here with VA equal to 0, then what we will achieve? We can achieve V out equals to minus 1 by RC integration of V in dt. So this equation we can achieve. Now if you clearly see that this is known as a time constant tau RC. So for a RC circuit the time constant is RC. For a LR circuit this time constant will be L by R. So this relationship, the generalized relationship can be V out is equals to minus 1 by tau integration of V in dt. Means we can achieve this integrator with the help of inductor also. Means we need to replace this R by an inductor. Means we need to have this inductor over here and resistor over here. So that will be the relationship for that will be the integrator using a inductor. Now one more thing here, that if we are providing a rectangular pulse, a square pulse of this type, then the integration of some step signals will be something a ramp signal, but naturally there is a negative sign. So whenever this is going in upward direction, the ramp is going in a downward direction. After that, when it is going downward, it is going upward, like this. So these are the two signals, input and output signals. Now these integrators are also used in the filter circuit, whereas this integrator act as a low pass filter. Now we have the differentiator. So how we can achieve this differentiator? If we are changing the location of the capacitor and resistors, means if we are interchanging C and R in inductor in integrator, then we can achieve a differentiator circuit here. So again the relationship is quite same, that first the input current I in equals to C dV by dt, whereas dV in by dt. This is the first equation, and naturally this I in is equal to IF. And one more thing, we have V out equals to minus IF multiplied by R. So on utilizing these three equations, in first equation in second, and second in the last equation, then we can achieve a relationship which is V out equals to minus of RC d by dt of V in. Means we are achieving a relationship for output voltage which is available in a different in a derivative form corresponding to the input, where RC is known as a time constant, again tau equals to RC, and it is equal to L by R for a LR circuit. Means the differentiator, we can achieve this circuit, means we can achieve the same result for this differentiator with the help of the inductor also. Means now the inductor will be placed over here and resistance over here. So again these differentiators are used in the filters, and this differentiator, it acts as a high pass filter. So after this differentiator, we have the comparator circuit, the voltage comparator. So as I have already told that these comparators utilizes the open loop configuration, means we are not going to add any feedback, either means we are not going to use the negative or the positive feedback. So how this will work? This is plus VCC and minus VCC that we have talked, that op-amp works on a dual power supply. So how this, we have a one voltage fixed, which is a reference voltage, V reference, and whenever this V reference, means whenever this input voltage is greater than V reference, then output will be VCC, and whenever the input is less than V reference, then the output is minus VCC. So we have something like this saturation region, and in between we have this region, means V output equals to some gain multiplied by, let's say, V in minus V ref. The equation we have talked, means the output basically varies linearly with the input. So we have this linear characteristic, something like this, and here we have the saturation, either plus VCC or minus VCC. So this is the plot, this is the output characteristics for a comparator. So after this comparator, these are the applications. Apart from that, we can add a diode also in a feedback configuration, or we can add a diode in a input side. So that will be the log or anti-log amplifier, that will be beyond this course. So we have again some applications, some we have seen the summing amplifier in the audio mixers. Summing amplifier means if you want to add some signals in the audio mixers, we need to add 2 or 3 signals at different frequencies, we can use the summing amplifier. Summing amplifier based digital to analog converter, DAC, DAC. The voltage followers, we have seen, these are the unity gain amplifiers, also generally used to isolate stages from each other in the impedance matching. Now differentiators also find applications in the wave shaping circuit to detect high frequency component in the input signal. And finally, we have the integrated circuit. This will be used in the analog computers, ADC, analog to digital converters, and wave shaping circuit. Whereas the comparators can be used as a zero crossing detector. This is the major application of the comparator circuits. So after these applications, we have some numericals which are using these particular configurations. So we have the very first example. Here we need to find what is the range of the voltage gain adjustment. Means we have a variable resistance over here which is of 10k. So here the variable resistance means either it will provide 0k ohm or the maximum it will be 10k ohm. So correspondingly the gain, which is V0 by V1, is, since it is inverting, amplifier, so for an inverting amplifier the gain is V0 by V1 equals to minus RF by R1. So first gain, let's say a V1 equals to RF is 500, R1 will be only 10k, and second, which is AV2 minus of 500 divided by 10 plus 10, this one. So this comes out to be around minus 50, and this is minus 25. So the gain, the range is basically minus 25 to minus 50, and since it is negative, so it is the inverting basically. Second, we need to sketch. So here clearly we can say whenever this capacitor is available in a feedback configuration, it is known as the integrator. So for an integrator, we are aware that V output is equal to minus 1 by RC integration of V in dt. RC we are able to calculate. RC here, R is 200k and C is 0.1 microfarad, we can calculate. And this V1, V in equals to basically 1.5 plus 1.5, means we have something like this, V in 1.5 volt. So the integration of this, definitely the integration will be a ramp signal, something like this, having a slope that we can calculate with the help of this particular relationship. We'll put the values and we can have the result. After this, we have the summing amplifier. Again we have seen the result will be V0 equals to minus RF. RF is given minus 330, 0.2 by 33 plus, or it is minus 0.5 by 22 plus 0.8 by 12. So we can calculate the output voltage. This is the summing amplifier. Next we have the circuit. So clearly this is 1 plus RF by R1, 1 plus 400 by 20 multiplied by 0.1. This is the voltage follower, means this voltage is 0.1 volt, and after that this is a summing amplifier. So the relationship is V0 equals to minus 100 by 1 V1. This is, let's say, VA, and let's say this is VB. So we have VA by 20 plus VB by 10. So this we can solve quite easy. So these are some numericals based on op-amp. These are the references. Thank you.